This is how to adjust a Hunter PGP in-ground rotor sprinkler. The first thing you need to do is get the proper tool for it. And this is the tool here. You can find this, I got this at Home Depot, I believe. It was only maybe $1 or so. It's got two ends on it that you're generally going to be concerned with, the plastic end and the metal end, which is actually a hex key. So on the sprinkler itself, there's two ports. There's one here and one over here, I believe. Or maybe it's that one, I don't know. I gotta clean it up and find out. But anyway, you have to first know how this operates. To adjust the arc, from what I understand, if you need it to go further right in that direction, then what you need to do is actually grab the entire sprinkler below the turret and just turn that. This is actually going just a little too far to the right, so I'm going to adjust that, and then I'll show you what the other controls here do. Okay, now that you've got everything sufficiently wet, to adjust the arc, once again you need to know how this operates. So you'll notice that if you try, you'll notice the sprinkler is moving this way very slowly. If you try to turn it this way, it won't go. It just hit the stop, and now it's going to start going back. You'll see that if I try to turn it the other way, it won't go, but this way, it goes till it hits that stop, etc. So in order to do this, to adjust your right arc, if it's too wide, what you need to do is you need to grab the sprinkler right below the turret, the top part here that spins. So right at this line here, you just grab that base and just turn the whole thing to lessen the arc. It's going to take a considerable amount of force to turn that, but you'll notice I've changed that, and now we got a new problem. It sprays too far into the street there. So we're going to adjust that with the tool. Over this way, it hits just about where I want. It's a little better than it was. So in order to adjust that, you take your tool, you're going to be using the plastic end, and you're going to push down in here. Now there's a rubber thing in there that'll probably never come back the way it was, but you push down and eventually you'll get it locked in. It has to go way in, as you see, and it'll sort of lock in. Depending on the direction you turn it, you'll either widen or lessen the arc. So if I turn it all the way there, now turn the tool, you see how it moved like that? That means we've adjusted the arc. So now it hits about where I want that way, but this way now, it's way too narrow. So we got to turn it the other way. It should be this way, I believe. No, the other way. So we'll turn it like that. Not far enough yet. That's too far, so we'll back it off. About there. That's good. And you just got to dial it in where you want it. And I got to reset the timer on. I got everything reset, and now I basically have it where I want it. So it goes and just about hits the end there, and just hits about there. Now the other thing you can adjust is the actual length of spray. So you just pull out the tool here. If you're lucky, these little rubber things will come back up. You can try to pry them up with the other end of the tool here, just to kind of keep dirt out of it. Almost. I'll play with that later. The other adjustment you have is here. For this, you're going to use the metal end of the tool, and that you stick in, and you got to push it down quite a ways as well. And with that, you can adjust how far it sprays. You'll see when I turn it, how the beam kind of widens and narrows, or vice versa. That's too short, so I want to make it longer. Almost there. I'll come back. And now it just about hits the end there. So I'm just going to widen that just a bit more, just to make it a nice even spray. And again, you can dig out these little rubber things, which I'll play with. But again, that's how you adjust a Hunter PGP rotor sprinkler valve, head rather, just by getting this tool. I should also mention that your sprinkler installer or dealer should have actually set this all up for you and adjusted them. But, you know, basically they're kind of in it for the wham bam thank you ma'am kind of deal, so you may wish to fine tune it. And if they don't give you one, which they really should as part of the complete service, you can always purchase one at your home store. There is actually a use for this thing here as well, to actually remove the nozzle and all kinds of crazy stuff like that, but I'm not going to get into that. It's beyond the scope of this video. When you're done, always make sure that you replace the tool back where it belongs. I just purchased this tool this year, so I installed a screw here, and it's going to just stay right there. This way you can always find the tool should you ever need to adjust it further. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.